Welcome back. We did experience some light rain today with temperatures at 66, winds north at 10 miles per hour, the humidity at 84%, and the barometric pressure at 30.01 and falling. Now for our area conditions, we got Sullivan and Bicknell all throughout experiencing some light rain. Sullivan at 63, Bicknell at 66, Hazleton at 64, and Bridgeport at 69. Now as we move into our U.S. current temperature map, as you guys can see, that same front that moved in last night is still affecting us now with the northern and central plains in the 40s to the 70s, with Detroit, Michigan at 69, and over the frontal over north-southeast of the front, temperatures are looking a bit warmer in the 80s to the 90s, with Atlanta, Georgia at 89. Now for the rest of the U.S. in the west, temperatures are in the 50s to the 70s, with Boise, Idaho at 80 degrees. Now let's move into our frontal map. As you can see, this stationary front, well, not stationary front, but this cold front, which is moving from southern Montana down into the northern parts of Texas, is not really causing much, but causing some scattered rain showers for much of the Rocky region. Now into the east, we do have a couple of high pressure systems in the northern and also central plain, and also in the southeast, bringing in some dry conditions for much of that area. Now, as you guys can see, this cold front which moved in last night brought us some cold temperatures, but we do have this secondary front which is moving in, which is also bringing us some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and also cooler temperatures, as you guys will see in our forecast. Now for tonight, showers are likely, possible thunderstorms, northwest winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour with a low of 46. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, north-northeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with a high of 65. Now for tomorrow night, partly cloudy, northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour and a low of 45. Now for our extended forecast, Friday mostly sunny with a high of 67 and a low of 47. Saturday mostly sunny with a high of 73 and a low of 55. Sunday partly sunny with a high of 73 and a low of 55. So we should definitely have pleasant and cooler days for the rest of the week, Mitch.
I'm sure everyone will enjoy it. Thanks, Danny. Well, it looks like NBA owners and the Players Union are deadlocked on a new collective bargaining agreement. Cody Cully is here now to tell us more. Cody?
Mitch, it doesn't appear the two sides are going to reach an agreement anytime soon, and that could impact the start of the regular season. I'll have the details when News Center 22 returns. Owners and players remain divided. Good evening, everyone. For WVUT Sports, I'm Cody Cully. NBA owners and players met Tuesday in New York City for collective bargaining talks, and basketball fans won't be pleased with the current progress. NBA owners continue to stick with their intentions to restructure the current salary cap system. Players Union President Derek Fisher said that the upcoming season will probably not start on time.
It's discouraging, it's unfortunate, but that's the reality of where we stand right now. And, you know, just as the league and the NBA have to make decisions about the timing and when decisions have to be made about preseason games and training camp, et cetera, you know, we have players that have similar decisions to make about their individual situations and how this stretch of time could impact them.
Both parties have passed on meeting on Wednesday, and no future meetings are scheduled. The NBA may be in the midst of a lockout, but that's not stopping the Minnesota Timberwolves from going after and getting their man. The T-Wolves announced on Tuesday that it has agreed in principle with Rick Adelman to become Minnesota's next head coach. Adelman has 20 years of NBA coaching experience with the Trailblazers, Kings, Warriors, and Rockets. No contract has been signed yet, and team sources say the introductory news conference will probably happen sometime next week. Former Florida State football coach Bobby Bowden announced on Tuesday that he was secretly treated for prostate cancer before the 2007 season and has been in remission for over 4 years. Bowden says he was diagnosed with the disease during an annual physical exam by team doctors. Bowden confessed he kept his illness quiet to everyone besides his family because he didn't want rival teams to use his diagnosis as tools for negative recruiting.
If your opponents find out you got cancer, man, it'd have been headlines all over the dadgum state. Bobby Bowden has cancer. He's 77 years old. He ain't going to be alive this time next year, so don't go to Florida State. So I didn't I didn't let it get out because I didn't want my opponents to be able to use it against me.
Bowden has 2 national championships under his belt and is second all-time in victories among major college football coaches. The NCAA has hit Boise State football program with penalties Tuesday after committing violations regarding recruiting, transportation, and impermissible housing violations. The program will lose 3 scholarships until the 2013-2014 academic year. Boise State President Bob Kustra said Boise State's rapid growth over the last decade from an upstart Division II program into a perennial top 25 team likely outstripped the school's capability to keep tabs on compliance with NCAA rules. Turning to baseball, Yankees closer Mariano Rivera reached another milestone on Tuesday. He came into the 9th inning and sealed the New York win against Seattle Mariners 3-2. It was Rivera's 600th career save. He's now 1 save away from tying the all-time record, currently held by Trevor Hoffman. Rivera entered with a 1-run lead in the 9th inning and allowed just a 1-out single to Ichiro Suzuki. He was retired when catcher Russell Martin caught Suzuki trying to steal second for the final out. Elsewhere around the big leagues, Nick Punto had a go-ahead RBI double and scored on Albert Pujols' sacrifice fly as the St. Louis Cardinals scored twice in the top of the 9th to get past the Pittsburgh Pirates 6-4. Cardinal starter Chris Carpenter hit a 2-run double with Yadier Molina and John Jay adding RBI doubles. St. Louis remains 6.5 games behind first-place Milwaukee in the NL Central. Mike Leake pitched 8 strong innings to lead the Cincinnati Reds past the Chicago Cubs 2-1. Brandon Phillips gave the Reds the early lead when he led off the bottom of the first inning with a solo home run off Cubs starter Ryan Dempster. Leake allowed a run on 6 hits to improve to 12-9, with Francisco Cordero pitching a perfect 9th to pick up his 33rd save. Dempster took the loss for the Cubs, dropping to 10-12. Retired slugger Manny Ramirez made his first court appearance yesterday for a domestic dispute charge in South Florida. The former World Series MVP and Red Sox player had been arrested Monday, reportedly for slapping his wife, although he denied hitting her. The judge set bail at $2,500. Ramirez, who hit 555 career home runs, announced he was retiring in April instead of continuing with the MLB's drug prevention program. He had been suspended in 2009 for violating the league's drug policy. Finally, we turn to Major League Baseball for our play of the day. The Orioles are taking on the Rays at Camden Yards. Baltimore's Robert Andillo drives one to deep left off Tampa's David Price, but Desmond James goes up and makes a leaping catch as he crashes into the wall. Take another look, Mitch, and that effort is good enough for our play of the day.
What a robbery, thanks. Have you ever had trouble trying to figure out a new gadget? Well, coming up next, we'll meet one older couple who struggled to figure out their web camera only to become YouTube sensations. We'll have their story right after this. Finally this evening, a couple in northeastern Oregon have become an internet sensation just for being themselves, and as Megan Kalkstein reports, they have absolutely no idea what they were doing.
At the Hillside Retirement Community, there's no question Esther and Bruce Huffman know how to have a good time.
Well, we've been married 7.5 years, and we've just had a wonderful time. We actually celebrate every month.
3 weeks ago, when they upgraded to a laptop,
This is my new computer that I think is so pretty. That's one reason I got it, because it's aqua.
the Huffmans decided to try out their new camera, something their granddaughter tried to teach them.
I had no idea how to do it. I didn't remember what she said, and so the whole time I was just, irritated, and I was chewing gum so hard, and I looked like I don't know what.
Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
For almost 3 hilarious minutes, the candid couple made monkey faces,
No, look at the monkey.
sang,
Hello, my darling. Hello, my baby. Hello, my cat dog.
burped,
Pardon me.
and patiently waited for something to actually record.
I'm bored. I don't know how to work the computer.
So he's
She's
gone.
our computer person.
Their granddaughter called it Webcam 101 for seniors and then put it on YouTube.
She tries to teach
Tube
me.
of
and
toothpaste.
I don't
You know what a tube is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but how does the U get in there?
Well, it's because of
You like you all?
Yeah. So
You all too. Okay.
I don't know.
Now they're viral video stars.
When I was 8 years old, my uncle paid me 5 cents if I'd make a monkey face
And you
for
do
him.
it very well.
And
Yes.
I've been working at it all these years.
Never knew it'd make you famous.
I never knew it'd make me
Yeah.
famous. He's up in heaven. He'll be amazed at what's going on right here, right now.
And in case you think this
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
do that?
I don't know. I'm
was all an act,
If we'd have staged it, I would have been.
Yeah, we would.
But since we didn't know, we knew nothing was happening. We were just doing it, being ourselves. Just having fun. You're like me. You do more things by accident than most people do on purpose.
Well, hopefully they figured it out by now. And that's all for this evening. For Danny Taborn and Cody Cully, I'm Mitch Columby. We'll see you here tomorrow. Good night.